Hello everyone. Today is the class number 7 for EMFT. Class number 7 for EMFT. Okay. So today I will start the vector integral. So write vector integral. Our topic is vector integral. Okay. So this vector integral consists of two theories. First one is divergence theorem or Gauss's divergence theorem. Gauss's divergence theorem, and second one is Stokes theorem. Okay, so what is Gauss's divergence theorem? So write the surface integral under this Gauss's divergence theorem. Write the surface integral of the normal component of an arbitrary vector field. The surface integral of the normal component of an arbitrary vector field over a closed surface is equal to the integral of the divergence of the vector over the volume interior to the surface. So what is the statement? So again I repeat that the surface integral of the normal component of an arbitrary vector field over a closed surface is equal to the integral of the divergence of the vector over the volume interior to the surface. That is, if we, so under this one, now I am writing this equation. Suppose I am taking a C vector. Okay, I am taking arbitrarily a C vector, and C vector over a closed surface, it is a closed surface integration over ds. Okay, over ds. Why it is we take n cap? So n cap is the direction of this vector. Okay, so or direction of this surface, or you can say once, or you can write also a C cap C vector dot ds vector. Okay, so this ds vector is nothing but the magnitude and the direction. So ds vector equals to ds into n cap. Okay, so this means the closed surface integration of a vector C is the normal component of it. Okay, so which will be equals to what? If it will be equal to the volume integral of the divergence of the vector over the volume interior by the surface. Suppose we have a box, we have a cubical box. It has 6 surface. Okay, so if we integrate closely the surface integration, that means what? We are taking the integration, we are continuously adding these 6 surface simultaneously. Okay, so that's why that means the surface integration, closed surface integration of a vector field. Suppose this is a vector field, so it has 6 sides. So this represents, suppose this side having area, suppose this side A, B, C, D, or this side suppose A, B, C, D, and the rear side E, F, G, H. Okay, so this A, B, C, D side and this E, F, G, H side. Okay, so this A, B, C, D and E, F, G, H side, if we add them, then we get these two surface. If we add them, we get these two adding of these two surface, and similarly these two surfaces are also there, and the upper one and the lower one, bottom one is there. So there are 6 surfaces. If we add them, then we can get find the integral closed surface integration. Okay, the result of this closed surface integration is nothing but the volume integration, that is triple integration of divergence of the vector field enclosed by the surface. So this volume have some unit surface. The surface is denoted by this closed surface integration, and the volume occupied by the surface, which will be equals to integration of dv. Okay, so this is the equation. So closed surface integration C dot n cap ds, or you can write C cap dot ds vector, C vector dot ds vector, which will be equals to triple integration, that is volume integration of divergence of C over a certain volume which is enclosed by this system. Okay, this is the divergence theorem. Okay, so now we have to prove it. We have to prove this formula by using different tools. So in order to prove, just write proof of divergence theorem. Okay, so what is the proof? So write, let us consider, let C vector equals to Cx I cap plus Cy j cap plus Cz k cap. Okay, so now we are taking divergence. So what is the divergence? Last day I have discussed ddx of I cap, ddy of j cap plus ddz of k cap, and making a dot product with Cx I cap plus Cy j cap plus Cz k cap. Okay, so now just dot product means what? I dot I will be 1 and the rests are 0. I dot I will be 1 and rests are 0. So what will be your answer? Your answer should be del del x of Cx. Your answer will be del Cx by del x plus del del y of Cy plus del del z of Cz. Okay, so I know I cap, j cap, k cap over here. Okay, so this is the divergence of C. So now you have to in volume, you have to integrate in volume. So therefore integration, so I am taking the right hand side. Okay, we are taking the right hand side first. Sorry. So divergence of C over a certain volume dV, which will be equals to what? So what do you mean by dV here? So dV is nothing but the volume multiplication. So that means multiplication of dx, dy and dz, right? So infinitesimal volume or infinitesimal length in x-axis into infinitesimal length in y-axis and infinitesimal length in z-axis, or you can pronounce the differential length in x-axis into y-axis into z-axis. These are called the differential lengths as well as the infinitesimal length. Okay, so dV equals to what? Nothing but dx into dy into dz. So if we integrate it, volume integrate this one, then what will be your answer? So your answer will be del del x of Cx into dx dy dz, right? Plus again volume integration of del del x of Cy into dx dy, sorry, dy dz, and plus volume integration of del del Cz of del x dx dy and similarly dz. Okay, right? So del del x of Cx dy dx dy dz, del del y of Cy dx dy dz, and del del z of Cz dx dy dz. Okay, so now you can take it that, see, del del x multiplied with dx, which can be cancelled out here. So if we cancel out this del del x with dx, then what happen? It one integration will be vanishes. That is del del x of dx cancel out here, del del y here, del del y of dy will be cancelled out, and here del del z of dz will be cancelled out. Okay, here del del z of dz will be cancelled out. So what will be your answer now? The double integration, it will become double integration now. Fx, so here, or Cx, this is Cx, right? This is Cx. So Cx dy dz plus Cy dx dz plus Cz dx dy, right? So Cx dy dz, so this one cancel out this one cancel out this one, and this one cancel out with this one. Okay, so Cx dy dx dz, Cx dz dx, and Cz dx dy. Okay, so from this line, can we write this one? See, double integration of fx I cap or Cx you can write plus Cy j cap plus Cz k cap dot product with del del x I cap plus del del, sorry, dy dz I cap plus dz dx j cap plus x dy k cap. Please see, why? Because it is dot product. So if we expand this dot product, the same expression will come. How? That Cx I cap will be 1, Cx into this one, Cy into this one, and Cz will be into this one only. Okay, so only remaining terms will just the before previous line of it. Okay, so this line can be expressed by this way. So now you can see dy dz into I cap. What is the significance of these three part? It is very much important. Dy dz into I cap. What is dy dz into I cap? You can see that dy into dz, what? It is a differential multiplication in yz surface, and which is directed in x direction. See, last day I have discussed that if we consider a bookshelf, then over this bookshelf there are many books are there. So suppose first book, second book, third book, fourth book. So suppose this surface is xy surface or yz surface. This surface is yz and it is increasing in x direction. It is increasing in x direction as the number of books are increasing. Suppose these books are in yz direction. Okay, suppose I have this file. Okay, so this file is placed over this yz direction. So another file, suppose this one, another file is this one, another file is this one. Okay, so another file is this one, another file is this one. So these files are actually increasing in x direction. So these files are placed in yz plane. Suppose we are considering it is an yz plane. This is y-axis, this is y-axis, this is z-axis. So it is a yz plane. So this yz plane are increasing in x direction. So that's why we can take it as surface in x direction. So we can take this term as surface in x direction. So what will be your next line? Cx I cap plus Cy j cap plus Cz k cap dot product with dsx I cap plus dsy j cap plus dsz k cap. So what do you mean by this concept? Dsx means differential. See right here, dsx equals to what? Dsx equals to differential surface in x direction. Differential surface in x direction. dsy means what? Differential surface in y direction. dsz means what? Differential surface in z direction. Okay, so the next line will be this one, right? Next line will be this one. So this is nothing but the dot product. So can we write it as c vector dot ds vector? So this ds vector is nothing but this one. This ds vector nothing but this one. So it is the right hand side of this. Okay, so by this way you can easily prove this divergence theorem. Okay, so now I will move to the Stokes theorem. So it is very much important, so please write Stokes theorem. So next one is Stokes theorem. Stokes theorem states that, right, the Stokes theorem states that the line integral of the tangential component of an arbitrary vector field, the line integral of the tangential component of an arbitrary vector field around a closed loop is equal to the surface integral of the normal component of the curl of that vector. The line integral, I repeat from very first, the line integral of the tangential component of an arbitrary vector field around a closed loop is equal to the surface integral of the normal component of the curl of that vector over any surface which is enclosed by the loop, of the curl of that vector over any surface which is enclosed by the loop. See, here we are taking a closed line, that is if we close a line, so what happened? If we close a line, suppose this line is closed over here, okay? Suppose I have a thread, so this A point and B point are joined here, A as a B, okay? So this one is joined by this one, okay? So this is a loop, this is a wire, this is a loop, right? This is a loop and this is a wire. So this wire can be formed as a loop. So when the closed loop is produced, then a closed surface, then a surface enclosed by this loop is present. If a line is closed, then what happen? A surface will be generated. Similarly, when a surface is closed, when a number of surfaces are closed, then a volume is generated. Here, this is the divergence theorem, right? This is the divergence theorem. When a number of surfaces are bound or enclosed, then a volume will be generated. And here, if we closed a line, then surface will be generated, right? So this is the concept for Stokes theorem. So the statement for Stokes theorem produces this C dot dl, that will be equals to curl of that vector field, right? So surface integration of, this is a surface double integration of curl of that vector field over a surface. So this is your Stokes theorem expression. Okay, so now I have to prove the Stokes theorem now. So in order to prove the Stokes theorem, you have to assume something. So write down, taking or assume a closed line. Assume a closed line having a vector C or representing a vector C vector. Representing, right? Assume a closed line vector C or representing a closed line vector C, which is further divided into small n number of infinitesimal surface. Small n number of infinitesimal surface. That means what? We are assuming, we are taking a surface. So this surface is infinitesimally breaks into segmented. Okay, so these small segments having a rotational concept. So this one is a vector field, and this vector field can be further divided into there are n number of small segments. So we can write, so closed line integration of this one. So this length, this perimeter is small l. Okay, so the infinitesimal length means how much? Dl. So C vector dot dl vector equals to what? C vector into dl vector over first one, C vector into dl vector into second one, C vector into dl vector into third one, plus dot up to C vector dot dl vector into n times. Okay, so what can we express it? Summation of k equals to 1 to n closed surface integration or closed line integration f dot dl over k. So it is the first, second, third. There are n number of segments. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are n number of segments. So 1, 2, 3. So this one. So k equals to 1 to n closed line integration k f dot dl, right? So this one. Now multiply del sk. So next line I am writing over here. So from here you can write integration of k equals to 1 to n f dot dl by del sk into del sk, right? Now apply, just we are taking multiplication, this is dividing and same thing is multiplying. Applying del sk tends to 0 as a finite limit. So del sk tends to 0 as a finite limit. If we apply, then what happen? Closed line integration f dot dl over the total one, that will be equals to limit del sk tends to 0 integration of k equals to 1 to n, k equals to 1 to n f dot dl divided by del sk. Okay, taking this vector equals to as a f vector. Okay, last I have discussed with c, now it is f. Okay, we are taking it as f. Okay, del sk into del sk. Okay, so now write as del sk tends to 0, summation becomes integration. This is the main concept. What if the del sk, this is del sk means what? The one area of a small segment, one area of a small segment. If this segment area is tends to 0, is very small, very small. Okay, then we can assume this one totally same, this one cannot be divided into same thing. So actually what is the difference between summation and integration? Summation means what? Discrete addition, and integration means what? Continuous addition. Always remember, integration means continuous addition. So if it is very small, then the two adjacent and the adjacent segments are also overlap with each other. Very small one, right? Already also overlap with each other. Then what happened? So this continuous addition means the integration. So as the del sk tends to 0, the summation tends to, or summation becomes integration. So next line will be double integration limit del sk. Why it is double integration? Because del sk is there, right? So del sk means surface, so we are taking double integration. So as it is depending on two factors, that's why the summation becomes double integration. Always remember. Okay, so limit del sk tends to 0, f dot dl over del sk by del sk. Okay, and this del sk now becomes ds, and this one is nothing but curl. This one is nothing but the formula for curl. Okay, so curl means this is the curl, the mathematical expression of curl, right? Mathematical expression for curl. So this is curl of f. Okay, so this is the mathematical expression of curl of f. So this is the right hand side. See, so from left hand side, this is the left hand side, and this is the right hand side. So easily you can prove it. Okay, so today I have covered the vector integral, that is Gauss's divergence theorem as well as Stokes theorem. Okay, so today's class up to this much, and next day I will discuss next two identities, as is Gauss identities. Gauss means Green's identities and Helmholtz theorem. Okay, these two theorems are left. Okay, so thank you. Today's class is out. This